Hi everyone, I'd like to discuss something that's often used to discount Australia's culture, saying that we're a country of convicts. As it's a very common way of describing Australia's origin. Criminals that were shipped by British colonists to a vast continent. Well, it's true that most of Australia's settlements started out as a penal colony. Places like South Australia were established with free settlement in 1836. And in New South Wales, where it all began, the convict population was very minimal coming up to Federation. An excerpt says, from the Parliament of New South Wales says, in 1850, the few thousand convicts left in New South Wales made barely up 2% of the population, whereas in the 3 years between 1848 to 1850, 62,000 free immigrants arrived from Britain. Australia was already being represented as a working man's paradise. And people often say that they just left us out here when they didn't. Even though on Google, when you search it up, it says from 1788 to 1868, Britain transported more than 160,000 convicts from its overcrowded prisons to the Australian colonies. This doesn't tell the whole story of pre-federated Australia, as on the New South Wales government website it lists that they were given self-governance in 1855. Not to mention, Queen Victoria signed off several constitutional acts to the colonies, so even when the British government wanted to send more criminals over, they had the power not to. So why would they give us political freedom in the colonies if they looked down on us or saw us as below them? They've been immigrating here since colonisation. So, we should stop overstating Australia's convict past. It's cringy and embarrassing. Be grateful to your British heritage. So the convicts weren't sent for anything particularly egregious. The Murder Act of 1752 in Britain orders that those who have committed murder shall be hanged. So no criminals were ever transported to Australia. Being a convict isn't less any relevant to being British. If you just say you're a convict, it doesn't take away from the fact that your ancestors were British convicts. So where did the convicts come from? They must have come from somewhere. Where'd they come from? Mars?